Good morning, boxing world. It's my man Jamel Herring, Christine, and myself, and this is the 10A podcast, and we are back. Rolly Romero has been elevated to, I think, it's WBA champion. Oscar takes a giant dump on Dana White. The Davis brothers, more drama. Have they been dropped from Top Rank? And Tio versus my man Shakur Stevenson. All that after this. I know.
Wait, yeah. Because we had Christine do all this hard work
and pay big time money.
and like
you're talking about wealth over here. I'm broke right now. I don't know, but no.
I'm trying to get
I told you I've been working. Yesterday I did 14 hours, man. I've been stressed, but by the next show, I promise you everything will be adjusted. I'll have a nice close up shot of
we started the new week off on the right note then.
Yeah, I got
Yes, there you go.
Yo, you know what's funny? I was looking at Jamel's promo for his for everybody knows he's doing the bare knuckle fighting in Jersey coming up in I think October, if I'm not mistaken.
October 4th right now.
October 4th. And all I keep seeing is these uppercuts that Jamel keeps throwing. But the pictures they take of you, they make you look really mean. I'm not gonna lie.
That's not my personality.
I'm like, yo, Jamel's the nicest I've ever met, and these pictures do not do you justice, Jamel.
I used to get yelled about Bomac and Bud for that, matter of fact. Like if that guy was just too nice.
Yeah.
But it's a whole different animal. You gotta turn it on when you get in that ring because the other guy's not trying to be they ain't trying to be nice at all. So I just know when to turn it on and off. Like you don't never really see me in conversations with press conferences. Even when I was going back home for Shakur, it never was a thing.
I would be treating you like a Ryan Garcia. Like you're a handsome guy, man. They gotta get those or an Emiliano Vargas. We need to get those type of pictures. We need the female fan base right now, Jamel. That's all that, you know what I mean? We need to sell you. That means stuff. I know. We got to put it out the window, Jamel.
Norb's just trying to hook you up for some reason.
I'm just saying, if it works for Ryan, it could work for him,
That's Ryan.
Right.
Ryan.
Jamel's his own guy.
Yeah. I'm good.
But anyways, investigative reporter Jamel Herring recently sends me a tweet or somebody's Twitter account. And, it says something that's very interesting, and I'm going to bring it up. We all know of the drama that happened in Norfolk, Virginia a few months ago. And we all was wondering what happened. What was the downfall of that? We haven't really seen we haven't seen Keyshawn. We've seen him get scolded by, what's his name? Turkey Al-Sikh. We've seen all types of different things. But now we're starting to see the fallout as Keon Davis on I think this is his X profile. It says athlete, and right underneath, as you can see, it says free agent, professional record 4-0.
What the fuck you gonna do?
Jamel, I mean, what have you been hearing behind it? It's kind of crazy.
I mean, I've heard anything. You guys just see, and things that come across, on your table. And like I said, I know. I think if you go to Boxer, also he has a fight coming up August 30th, but it's in Omaha. It's in Lincoln, Nebraska. Me and Christine knows that's right outside of Omaha. Yeah. It's usually with our guy Bomac does fights with his other fighters to keep them busy. Because I see a couple of his guys that are out in Bud's camp right now on that card as well for August 30th. So he put two and two together.
I mean, we don't even hear anything of Keyshawn coming up or any of the brothers, and now this comes out, and this is the one that got into the altercation, right? He was actually in a physical fight, correct?
Yeah, and accused
allegedly.
Allegedly.
People getting sued allegedly.
All bright with his brother Keyshawn allegedly.
You know what's crazy?
It's not Kelvin. Yeah, it's a Hall of Game. All of Game say that Kelvin was this and that. No, it's not Kelvin. Kelvin's the one that lost to Albright. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But he's the one that actually put out the apology first. You know what I mean? We don't. Yeah, we don't know exactly. Like truthfully, I don't know exactly exactly going on with Kelvin. I'm sure later on he'll come out and say something about what's next for him. But it's just amazing how the one that actually won that night, which is my man Keon. It
Mm-hmm.
seems like he's a free agent. He's not with Top Rank, I believe, anymore. I know on his post he also had tagged Matchroom, which is something that Christine will tell you as well that most fighters that are under a promotional body wouldn't do. So that kind of gives you an idea where things are at right now. So
Yeah. Yeah.
It does now. It's starting to get clear that Top Rank is beyond pissed. To drop the brothers let's get this. I want to get this information right. In his deal with Top Rank, it was in there that they would have to sign the brothers, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that now Keon is a free agent, it kind of speaks volumes for Keyshawn's relationship with Top Rank at this point, because they're not trying to do him any favors, and we don't even hear nothing from Keyshawn, not even the promo for Top Rank or anything. It looks kind of crazy, even though I think Bob Arum came out and said something recently positive about him, but to see that his brothers are not on them fight cards, I mean, how big is that? What do you guys think?
They got to take responsibility for what happened. They're grown men. Top Rank does not want to blemish. They don't need any negativity right now. They just had their last show with ESPN. They're kind of in a I don't know. I'm sure they have a deal somewhere, but they're kind of in a rebuilding. Like, where are we going? What are we gonna do? As
speaking,
far as that, the
speaking, of,
TV stuff.
speaking of that, I have my sources. Thank you, Christine, for mentioning that. I think it's actually a good thing that I'm hearing. I'm actually hearing this is what like I said. This is what I heard from a good reliable source. But I'm actually hearing that Tyreek may be going back to maybe going like I said, keyword back to Max. If we all know, Max was basically HBO. Yeah,
Yes, I heard that too.
I'm hearing that they maybe go back to Max.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And with three different shows, like how HBO was. You had the Boxing of the Dark,
yeah.
HBO what was it World Championship Boxing, and then HBO Review. So I'm hearing that they're going to supposedly have working out a deal with Max because you got to think about it. Everything is streaming today, so why not continue doing the streaming route?
Yes.
Um, and there's probably three different types of shows. Like again, like the HBO After Dark, HBO World Championship Boxing, and then HBO Pay Per View. So that's what I've been hearing actually earlier this week. After our last show, matter of fact, I heard about this. So, I mean, if
yeah.
that's happening,
Mhm.
hopefully
That's
we
great.
do. Hopefully, yeah. If this happening again, I'm happy because we come from that era when we grew up
Well,
on the
Yeah.
HBO boxing and the Showtime boxing. So if we get that old feel back and that old look and potentially maybe that old team to come
Hmm.
back to that was a Time Warner.
yeah.
I think that'll be a good thing.
They got to find a big spot
Well,
for our girl Christina.
wait, hold on.
Christina Poncher. They need to
Yeah,
find
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
huge
No,
role
it's
for
time.
her.
It's time to put my girl in a bigger, give her a bigger role. Shout out to Christina
Yes.
Ponce.
Shout out to my guy Greg Hackett. Morning, guys. Well, if you look at your Max app, which I have, it used to just say Max, right? And if you remember our interview with Jim Lampley, he said that HBO, so Max ended up changing to just Max because they didn't want anything to do with the HBO name or boxing and whatnot. But it is ironic that now, if you look at the app, it says HBO Max instead of
Yeah.
just Max.
See, I
There's
didn't know.
something there. And
I
if
didn't
you,
see. I thought it was still just Max before.
oh,
But that's how
it's-
it started, though. That's how it started out, though. To
yeah,
begin, remember, it was HBO
Yeah.
Max. They just removed the HBO part of it, like
Yeah.
you said.
That's
Now
but
they
right.
going back.
has HBO or Max has seen, or whoever owns it, I forgot who owns it, but they've probably seen that how fruitful it is with Netflix and all these other individuals going in there. And HBO has the name, so you can't go to boxing and be Max. It has to be HBO because of the history of boxing. If you're going to bring it back, so it does make sense what you're.
Mm.
But apparently, if Top Rank does do that, Keon Davis will not be a part of that, which is kind of crazy right now.
For
I mean,
now, for
But
now,
yeah,
for
for
now,
now,
things
and I
can
think
change relationships.
and I think it's okay. I think it's okay. I think more people are keeping an eye out to see what's going to happen with Keyshawn. Honestly.
yeah, but what does it do for Keyshawn's relationship? You don't think Keyshawn, listen, as mentally, I don't want to say fragile, but as somebody that's a hothead, right? As somebody that doesn't take bad news well, or just anything, you've seen him how he reacts. How do you think he's reacting to this right now? in
I'm
regards.
I'm I'm sure exactly the way you think. I'm
Yeah.
assuming, and that's why he's been silent because I think people are giving him advice. It's better to be silent than to get emotional on the internet.
No, I mean it sucks, but he's. I mean, they say, "What you make your bed, you got to lay in it." But where does he go from here? Because they're not going to let Keyshawn go. That's not going to happen, and that's probably what Keyshawn wants at this point. Are we looking at another Teofimo Lopez situation with Keyshawn?
Quite possibly. I mean, it's really hard to speculate right now because we haven't heard anything. We just seen, Jamel. He's awesome at finding these things out, and we just saw that Keon is a free agent. So I'm sure that there are some things going on that we haven't seen. And honestly, to speculate, I don't know. How can we really speculate? Because I don't know how many fights he has left with Top Rank, and I don't know what the deal was. Was it like, okay, your brothers have X amount of fights with us, or as long as everything goes well?
Remember though, also, Christine, because you know how to read contracts as well. Usually, for the most part, when you win a world title under any
Then
entity,
you
Yep.
resign,
they extend it. Yeah, they extend it like at least
extend it.
another 3 years or three
Yeah.
years or so on your first go around
Yes.
with most of these promoters.
Right.
Because usually it's normally people. It's a 5 year deal. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you have to do the math. It's a 5 year, and the 5 years starts after when you first get in the ring, not when you
Yeah.
sign. When you
Yeah.
first get in the ring, that's when the clock starts ticking.
There's a
Then
lot of pros and
usually,
cons.
yeah, exactly. Then usually when you either get ranked or you win a world title, depending how they do the paperwork in your contract. Usually that adds on another 3 years or so on your
Yeah.
contract
Yeah.
on your
That
first
doesn't
contract.
let him go anywhere. Yeah.
Then afterwards, you start seeing fighters. It's very common now. They start doing 3 fight deals. So afterwards, like
Yes.
you'll see a Canelo do three or how many fights with Eddie over here at Matchroom. Then he'll go back and do another three over here with PBC. Now he's
Yeah.
doing maybe a three,
The,
four,
the
five,
the
whatever
last
with
thing you
Turkey
want to
Alex.
do is get trapped in a
Long
contract.
term, long
Yeah,
term, yeah.
because if you just pay attention and we look around right now, a lot of women are being signed to MVP. And
Yeah.
then there's a lot of women that we feel like need to be signed to MVP because they are badasses and their promotions right now are not pushing them or doing anything for them and they want to be signed too, but there's that contract, you know.
Yeah, and
Oh, yeah, a lot of women that I know outside looking in right now. I know we see it all the time on social media. They'll
Yep.
praise the hell out of Jake Paul and everything he's doing
Yep.
and so forth because that tells you right there. And they see their promoter not doing anything for them. I mean, I would be, but
Exactly.
they're probably like in the same situation where they're stuck,
They're stuck.
in their contract.
They're stuck.
listen, we all know that Top Rank is not letting Keyshawn go because if he did, he'd probably be one of the biggest sought after free agents out there. Period.
No, he's
Everybody,
not, though.
Do you
Yeah,
think
yeah,
that's what it is?
huh?
Do you think that's what it is? Or nobody wants lawsuits. Nobody wants, there's
What
a
do you,
lot to it.
I mean, yeah, I mean, there has been anything filed against him, but what I'm saying is, I feel like if Keyshawn were to be let go by Top Rank, Matchroom, somebody's grabbing him up. He has a lot of fights out there. He
listen,
does have a lot. So,
everything is money. Money first. Everything is money with boxing first. So of course, if anything, you don't let them go, but you got like Christine was saying earlier, like they're grown men, but so you got to teach them a lesson. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
by teaching them a think about it. Teofimo, my man Teofimo is a prime example. See how many times Teofimo rubbed them wrong, but yeah, what they do instead of
Yeah.
that's why they have to turn blackball. They put you on the shelf. I
Yeah.
think that's what happened right now with Keyshawn. They're not going crazy. Well, I mean, why let him go? He's still talented as hell. He's
He's
still
talented and they've invested money.
yeah,
They're
they
not
got too
going
much
to lose money.
in.
They're going to get their money back times 10 or
and
100.
listen, at the end of the day, as much as Keyshawn is what he is in terms of being immature or whatnot, he is one of boxing's rising stars. He truly is.
I'm gonna say this also. Add on what Christine was saying. The money part. You gotta think about it, bro. If anything, they'll let a Turkey Alex Sheik deal with it and still get their cut for him being their fighter. That's what
Right.
they
Yep.
do. That's what they
Yep.
do. So even if they don't want to deal with him, they'll still give him over here to the guy with the big pockets and be like, listen. You take care of his fights and you just pay us the fee for offering our fighter to you and so
Yeah,
Yep.
forth. Boom.
and even Turkey hasn't offered him anything. If anything, he offered him a stern
And
conversation.
that's why, and that's when the put you on the shelf part comes in
Put you
from.
on the
You
shelf.
know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
Stall you out,
Look,
age
look,
you
we
out.
just said it with Tio on last episode. Last episode, we said it with Tio. Are they punishing him? Are they blackballing him? Because this guy very quiet with in terms of what's going on with my man Tio. But you still don't hear anything about him being released or him getting a fight. It seems like right
Right.
now they're just like they're trying to teach fighters a lesson. And you got to think about it, they just left ESPN as it is, so they still have to find that official home to even think about putting fighters on cards. But you best believe that they're going to reward the fighters that's been doing right by them first before the guys
Yeah.
that's been giving them problems.
No, but
Yeah, there's
at the
other
same
ways of punishing you without cutting you off.
yeah,
Yeah.
the board. Listen, my lawyer once told me. He said, if you really want to hurt somebody, you hurt them in the pockets.
That's
These are not
what it
fighting.
is.
Yeah.
Get paid. You didn't get paid for that fight, and we
Nope.
don't know. We don't know. And again, remember, Keyshawn is kind of responsible for what all of his brothers' monetary gains, right? So
Absolutely.
the fact that not only he's not getting paid, we're cutting your brothers, and now we're cutting everything. So this is what transpired that day. Top Rank is really taking it to the next level and teaching them a lesson. And it's unfortunate for the other brothers, but this is what we're dealing with. And it's crazy because they're not saying it publicly, and they never really do say anything
They
publicly.
don't have to. They don't. It's we read between the lines and just think about it. The altercation, the physical altercation, was not the first offense. Keyshawn did not make weight, and then he sat there,
Very immature.
in the audience, very arrogant, with this attitude that was not good for him. That made a lot of people mad. So this two strikes on that situation.
No, and I mean, there's
Oh,
other
what's up, Ashley?
rumors.
What's up, Ashley? We ain't seen you in a
Ash,
couple of
what's
days.
good?
I know. Good morning, Ashley. Yeah.
Nah, are we upset? No. Are we surprised? No. Because this is how I've seen it. We've all seen it. I mean, you guys seen it. You know what I'm saying
Yeah.
in boxing that
Yeah,
fighting set the line. Like I said, my man Tio Timo, prime example. That's why Tio, in at times they had their little squabbles out behind the scenes. And Tio Timo, expresses himself on Jump Street. With social media, how he feels about the promotional company, but they never released him. How
Right.
long? How long is how you been get? How long is Tio and Top Rank been having their little back and forth at times, and he's still top rank. You know what I'm saying, top rank promotions.
Yep.
remember,
That's
guys,
true.
the best way to get somebody is at their pockets, and they're
Facts.
going to get him where it hurts. And remember,
That's
guys,
true.
unfortunately, that's what we got to deal with. And we don't even know. We said it when the incident happened. What did we all say? We're not going to see him for a while. And Jamel brought up the brothers being signed to him with the deal. And everything that we said in those first few interviews, people said we were tripping. People were like, they're not going to do nothing. We haven't even seen them in front of the camera at this point.
No.
And then the
haven't.
piss poor apology that he put out, I think everything is I mean, it
Well, I
looks
mean, was
bad.
it even an apology? It was like the truth will come out. Just wait and see. So, I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
we were
still
still
waiting.
waiting.
Are
We were
y'all
still
waiting?
waiting. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, nothing. Like I said, I showed Christina Norris like if go to box for people, y'all can go to box for yourselves. August 30th,
Yeah.
August 30th, Lincoln, Nebraska. That's Keon's next fight.
Yeah.
The box
So
record will tell you.
it's
They
right
will
there.
tell you who's the promotion, who's the promoter of the card. It
Yeah.
doesn't say top. It doesn't say top rank. The thing is, respectfully, it's one of those cards in Nebraska that my man Bud and Bomac usually take care of for their fighters to keep them busy. I see my guy Ali's on the card. I see another guy that's in Kent with them. He's on the card. Keon's on the card. So it's basically, what I'm saying, all these guys right now are in camp with Bud. Matter of fact, I don't know, Christine. Do you know if Keon is there? Like if Keon is there in camp with them as well?
I've been watching their stuff, and I don't see that he's there, but that
Listen,
doesn't mean he's
that's not,
not.
that's another telling sign though too. If he's not there, you know what
They
I'm saying?
train together. They do everything together.
Yes.
yeah, it's a bad look overall for them. I mean, people are asking it's official. He says it says it on his profile, free agent. I mean,
Yeah.
that's not by accident. That's
I just told you,
clearly
go to box right. He's got a fight literally lined up right. He has no opponent right now, but he's on a card right now in Nebraska.
Yep.
And it's not a top ring card. So y'all just
Yeah, and I mean he's still with B&B, and they got to keep him busy. They're not going to do
Yeah.
their guy like that.
because he actually did win and he looked good
He
winning.
did
So
win.
yeah,
He
like
did look
yeah,
good.
like I said, you gotta keep your guy busy still, but at the same time, on the other end, it could be like I said, Top Rank probably after the whole altercation in the back room, in the lock in the
Oh, it's
locker
clear
room
as
or whatever.
Yep.
it's
Yep.
clear as day. I mean, we're probably going to see more backlash from this. I want to see how Keyshawn responds to this because the bigger the news gets, Keyshawn doesn't really handle negative press against him very well, and this is really towards him. To be honest with you,
I was thinking about too, like somebody else that really Emma Williams. Remember when he just really had
Mm.
God bless him, I love that kid. He had a real bad crash out, and he was
Yeah.
he was really calling people out and ruining things, and he's still there. He's still signed with DAZN and Eddie. So, it's about money and it's about the best business move for everybody.
and for those that think that Keyshawn could just get up and just leave, Top Rank's not going to let him get up and leave. He would have did that already. I'm sorry, it's not that simple. Top Rank is not.
I think yeah, he probably left when Shakur left. Let's be real.
He's,
Yeah.
Those two are tight as thieves. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if his brother left, Shakur Stevenson from Top Rank, I'm pretty sure he would have did the same thing too. But this is why contracts exist.
Rachel, shout out to Rachel, PJ. Um, Officially, so we're seeing, that Keon is saying he's a free agent. So we're assuming that it's official. There's not been an official word, and we
I
do
mean,
see that
officially,
he's
he believes so.
yeah, yeah. So
Man, listen, like I was telling somebody yesterday, when we said it earlier, if you're not free, you wouldn't be tagging, other promotional bodies like Matchroom
yeah, because that's a
in your
sticky
recent
situation.
in your recent posts, and only Matchroom Promotions are basically, letting them know, hey,
Bro,
I'm available.
Yeah,
first of all, look how it's written. It's in all caps with the
yeah,
I mean, he's literally blurting it out like, I mean, guys, it's a statement he's making at this point. This isn't just
yeah. I mean, with an
something.
exclamation mark, like
Yeah,
he's
explanation.
and
Yeah,
and it
all
makes
caps.
me and
Yeah,
it makes
like
me wonder where the being angry is. Are you angry that they let you go if they did allegedly, or are you angry that everything went the way that it did? I mean, sometimes
Now you're angry. Let's be real, because you're angry that you got let go. Because I mean,
that's like
it's basically like saying you got fired. You know what I mean? No,
yeah.
nobody takes being fired. You know what I'm
I know, I
saying?
know,
No,
I know,
absolutely.
but it's like
But you gotta think
accountability
about
has to be
think
taken.
about it, though. The bigger picture is like, the bigger picture here though. They were used to being on everything with their brother. Now that whole the DB3 is kind of, kind of fractured.
Yeah,
I mean,
They may still have opportunities. Like for instance, like don't be surprised. Like I said, don't be surprised. Also, if you start seeing my man Kelvin on the Pro Box cards again. You know what I mean? Because he didn't do anything. He didn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully, he
I
didn't.
didn't want to
But
say that,
but
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 yes,
since he lost, like people look at that also. I'm telling you, y'all gotta watch how these promotion, and it's not just like a top rank just being evil. That's just how boxing is. They'll
yeah,
they'll they'll put you in put the hands of someone else to deal with you. And like I said, don't be surprised if he pops up again on pro box cards again. Because that's what he was
yeah,
at before. Because
I can
like I
see
said,
that.
so that's what I'm
And you
saying.
know what? And you know
They're,
what?
kind of, they're gonna break up that little. They're gonna listen. You gotta realize. Let's be real, yo. When certain people in a higher place think you are a problem, they're gonna try to break up that problem. So they
Yes,
some of them feel like, oh, we gotta put all the brothers on the same card. We gotta stop moving pieces here. We gotta listen. We gotta let one go. We gotta put one over here where we feel like, okay, let them deal with it. And okay, the one that we really focus on right now, we'll just keep him here, but we'll have him on tight restrictions as well. I get, like I said, like we said it when it happened that don't I don't see Top Rank going back to Virginia for a while. I'm just be like,
no,
just
I
be
don't
real.
either. And
Rachel Donaire says that she heard the next day that they were not happy and ESPN was not happy.
no,
I mean,
And shout out to Rachel in there. Rachel been in the game with my
Rachel,
man Nonino since the start. And so she, like I said,
she's my
I
go-to.
take Rachel. Yeah, that's what I said. Listen, ESPN kept playing the damn replay of the damn fight.
They were
Well, in the back,
acting,
in the back, more than the damn fights going on in the ring.
they were covering it like it was like
And then they make sure, like I said, I did commentary with them a lot. Usually, we're not allowed just to talk about certain things without approval.
Yeah.
When you got the top commentators like Tim Bradley and Bernard, saying Bernardo, speak, speaking on it, that's because they're getting word from the back of the production team in their ear, bud. Okay,
Yeah.
this is what we're going, and they're getting the green light. Okay, we're gonna replay the incident in the back, speak on that. And they kept speaking on it more than they were speaking on the damn card.
they were
That's
the
true.
ones. Usually when
That's
something happens like
ESPN.
that, they try to take everybody's camera footage.
Thank you,
They
HLD.
release nothing. ESPN literally was promoting it and broadcasting, almost to say like, "Screw Top Rank, screw Keyshawn Davis. Good for you. We're putting this out there." There was no.
And Norms, who was arguing with that at the next day afterwards, and they was like, "Oh, they're not gonna do that." They were like, "No, bro, listen, they keep replaying it. They kept replaying it for a reason. If you want the
Yeah, they
ESPN,
played it for a reason.
if you want the
It's kind of a
ESPN,
warning. It was kind of a
yeah,
warning to other boxers, like, look, don't
fuck
think
around
you
and
can do
find
what you
out.
want to do.
I want to.
Fuck
You know
around
what?
and find out.
You
You
know
know
what I want to see
what you were
happen?
saying, Jamal, about Kelvin, being possibly back on Pro Box. See, that's the best case scenario. I don't
Yeah.
even know if that's going to be, because let's think about it. Kelvin he's such a nice guy. He is.
He
He's
didn't do
really,
anything.
and
He
but the
doesn't
thing
deserve to
is,
be punished.
why, like do they really need him to build other fighters, or are there other fighters that they can use to build fighters? Like, will he be on Pro Box again? I hope so. I don't want him to get punished for the actions of his
Boxing is a dirty game, people. It's a dirty
yeah.
game. I'm not knocking Tyrank. I still got to. Tyrank's been, so they were good to me in my career. But I'll tell you right now, if I would have fucked up, or taken or if they were shaky on me to begin with, and I took a loss, they were gonna they were listen. It's in the contract. They have the right to either drop you, or in most cases now, and they have someone else that's going to take. Because like somebody said in the comments, Nico Ali Wall.
Yeah.
Every time my man Nico whatever took a loss, whatever, what they do, they send him to Africa somewhere.
Yeah.
But he's
Yeah.
still with Tyree. He's still with Tyree. But
Well, he's still got
they're
that
just
name, and
yeah,
he's
they're just
people
not gonna do it though. They
You
send
know
my man to Africa. Every time you look, he's in Africa like it's still the rumble in the jungle like going on. It's crazy.
I'll take this right now. I want to see when Keyshawn finally does get put on the card. If A, he's the headliner, and if B, his brothers are going to be on the card. That's going to be the telling thing. If
I
his
don't
brothers
think he'll
are on
be
the
the
card,
headliner.
That's the
Right
point.
now.
What's the point of them releasing it and moving pieces, dog? They're not gonna. That's what listen. We've seen it all throughout history. When there's a problem with a group, let's be real, especially with black groups, they break up. They infiltrate. They'll break up that shit and go from there. They go. I'm telling you, they
you know,
let one go. He's a free agent. We don't know yet for sure, but I guarantee I can see him going back to Pro Box for a couple of fights, and then Keyshawn may be on the shelf for a while till they find him
Yeah.
a legitimate opponent to come back. Because listen, y'all forget just 2 weeks ago, Robert Garcia doesn't say things just to say. I know Robert. We all like Robert. He doesn't say this. He just said, listen, if Keyshawn wants to fight, his champion at 135 or his fighter at 140. Just say the word. That tells you right there. People Top Rank gave them the gold. But like, listen, if he comes back, he has to take either this fight or
They're
this
gonna
fight.
match him. They're gonna match him hard. They're gonna
Oh,
match him hard. They're
yeah.
gonna get their money, and then if he does well, great. But if he doesn't, they've got their money back.
Nice doing business.
if anything we've learned about Keyshawn Davis, he doesn't let shit go. So if he is successful in getting back, we won't see him on Top Rank for a while. However, probably.
Reginald, we did talk about Top Rank and ESPN. We did talk about that earlier.
Yeah, you can replay it. But anyways, let's move forward. Hopefully, my prayers go out to those guys. I hope they get
Yeah,
shit
for
together.
sure.
No, they'll be all right. It's just a real speed bump right now.
Speaking,
It's not the end, but it definitely slows down a lot of momentum. But it's not the end.
But speaking
Right.
of guys on trajectories, right? Rolly Romero now become one of the champions. They've officially elevated him, I think, to the WBA, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Officially, Rolly Romero has become one of the major players at 147 pounds. What is your reaction, Jamel?
Rolly had like one of the craziest careers because
Yeah.
when he first came on the scene, you seen the power and everything, but it was like you never think this guy would be a multi division world champion. Shout out to my man Rolly though. Rolly's a cool dude though, but like
Love Rolly.
again, that was one of the situations where they basically trying to hand Ryan Garcia a chip to become a world champion officially.
Yeah.
And again, the plans got spoiled. I'm not surprised to say, like I said, we knew Boost was moving up. So and that fight was for the interim title. We know how interim titles work. Once the champion who holds it vacates whatever, you're getting promoted. Basically, you're getting promoted to you know what I'm saying to be the top guy in the sanctions body for that weight class. So I'm not surprised. So, but congrats to Rhodes, man.
No.
Yeah.
Christine, what's your take?
So I'm happy. I'm honestly really happy. We see that he's gotten his life together. He changed
Yeah.
trainers. He's with Salida. Shout out to them. His last fight, against Ryan, I thought that he had showed a lot of improvement. I'm with Rachel about the Manny thing, but I think before the Manny thing, I think he will have a rematch with Ryan, and I believe that he'll beat Ryan again, and then the winner out of that, Manny. Here comes Manny. Because what do we do with Manny? He's not ready to stop. He still wants to
Well,
keep
he's hot
going.
right now, but he's hot right now too, and he's hot. He's hot.
He's hot.
He's still hot.
Say this.
Yeah.
Rolly
So
has
so
definitely been
I'm
blessed.
with her, but I think that the Ryan rematch will be first. I think they will still make a lot of money off of that rematch. Everybody.
You know what's funny? I don't think there should be a rematch, but it makes sense financially. I'm with you.
Financially.
147. It's a terrible division at this point. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, and I love Rolly, and I'm happy that he's doing everything. He's getting his recognition. And this is not a shot at Rolly, but Mario Barrio.
How's it terrible? How's it terrible? Mario Barr is probably the only winner right now
Jack,
that make it look crazy. But then again, you gotta look at him. But you gotta look at also who Mario fought. He fought a legend. Let's be real.
55.
Let's be real. Let's be real. But I'm just saying though,
He went
you still got.
my
Listen,
mom.
I'm still looking forward to Devin and Brian Norman. That's a good
Yeah.
matchup.
That's it.
Like I said, y'all can say whatever y'all want about Rolly, but y'all know he's gonna bring some type of excitement.
Yeah.
Like I said,
Yes.
if you look at it, the knockdown against Ryan was probably the most excitement on that whole card. You
Yeah.
look back on it, so I don't think it's not okay right now. It's not as it doesn't look like the glamour years when PBC had control of the welterweight division, but they had Thurman, Danny Garcia, Errol Spence, and the list goes on. Sean Porter and so forth. It doesn't look like that right now, but if you make the certain fights and good fights, the division will get his shine again.
I will say this. I feel like a lot of those guys at 140, like a Hitchens, Tio, I see them going up there because the belts are
Gary, yeah.
I mean, but as of right now, what we're seeing is for as long as the champions, Barrios, Rolly. I mean, I like Brian Norman. I think there's another one that's vacant, right? It's not a great division. I want Rolly to continue to do well. I don't want to see him fight Manny Pacquiao, but it is the best decision.
Yo, Hall of Game, yo. I'm not saying that. No one ever said Rolly was a motherfucking tentacle, but Rolly does bring excitement to boxing at times, man.
Awesome.
Tiger, Polanco. That's right. That's right. I see a Tiger and Polanco. They coming up there too. Yeah, right now it's it was stale for a minute. It looks like there's some glimmers of hope,
Yeah.
but let's see what happens. But financially, yeah, definitely the rematch for everybody. And then I think
well, Barrios got to get a rematch first too. By the way, he got to get that
No,
Manny.
I think you gotta. Well, yeah. I
nobody
mean,
wants that. It's
if,
not going to make
if
money.
Manny wants the chip, to put on his resume again, as a world champion, then yeah, I would go for the Barrios rematch. But Mario definitely got to make some adjustments and listen to his
Definitely.
corner.
Yeah,
I
a
hate
lot of people, including
So I'm
myself.
telling you right now, we know that. Yeah, y'all know they're not gonna let him go leave that ring with another draw if that's the case. I'm guaranteed
No.
they're gonna give it to Manny because
They're going to
who's more
slap first
marketable?
and then say,
Who
you
brings
got one more chance.
who
Let's
brings in
go.
more money? Who draws more? They're gonna give it to Manny if that's the case.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I'm happy for him. I want to see him get some big fights. Rolly is a big time entertainer. I'm not. I wouldn't say
You
he's.
can't tell me he did not look better than he's looked this last fight. You cannot tell me
But he
he did
also
not have
fought Ryan.
improvement.
Yeah, I mean, Ryan is a one trick pony. Left hook,
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We saw some things. We saw some things in Rolly that we hadn't
No,
seen
Rolly
before.
was definitely
He was
better.
using his damn jab for one.
No, listen, Rolly definitely impressed me. I just don't see him beating the elite, Devin Haney or a.
Well, we're not even talking about that. We're talking about the rematch, him winning again, and then Manny steps up, and then we talk about the rest.
No. Listen, I'm with you. I mean, Manny's gonna step up. He's gonna, he's gonna grease up that old the rocking chair that he has. He's gonna get in the ring and he's gonna get the top.
I can't even say that. You can't say that because a man for the competitive 12 rounds, and he you know what I'm saying,
You know how
the
I feel.
the young gun had to fight him all to a draw. So you can't even say that. So he can't even use like he didn't look old that night.
I want to be like him when I grow up. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody said Haney is elite. Well, at 147 pounds, you would consider him elite. Just right now, I'm just saying. If you were talking about the names at 147, Devin Haney and Norman and Devin Haney's the biggest name at 147 right now, and then Rolly, and that's kind of crazy. I mean, outside of Manny,
Is it though? Crazier things have been happening in boxing, bro.
no, absolutely. I'm happy though. I'm happy. What do you think about this? Oh, I forgot. I didn't even put this up. I know you guys love talking about this guy. I know Christine can't stand him. My man Boots Ennis sent an offer to Josh Kelly.
What?
And
Okay,
Josh Kelly rejected it, said, take that bum ass offer off the table. What the hell's going on with Boots? Can he get an opponent? Can he get an opponent at 154? Jamal, can you please tell us what's going on?
They're gonna give him an opponent, but it may be somebody that we may not want to see. But I mean, he got Eddie Hearn behind him, so he's gonna get an opponent. But
yeah,
again, it's gonna be somebody that people's gonna complain about. If it's not Virgil, if it's not Virgil or somebody that we care for, they're gonna. I mean, honestly, like, can we really say that we really wanted to see the Josh Kelly fight to begin with, as it is? You know what I mean? But I guarantee you, it was because of the money. Josh probably felt like he's giving him tune-up money. Let's be real, and that's probably what caused it. But it is what it is.
Oh, by the way, I just confirmed Leanna Cruz will be coming on sometime next week. Shout out to my girl. I can't believe Christine thought she was on the show before. That's my girl who tore her knee up and still went 12 rounds and won the fight.
I was up till 2 a.m. and you were texting at like my time, 7 in the morning. I got one eye open, one eye closed. I didn't know what was going on. But shout out to Leanna. And we're gonna
Puerto Rico's next superstar is a woman. Unfortunately, I'm just for those people that don't like female boxing, but
there can be two.
Leanna's on her way. Leanna's on her way, but she'll be on this week. But again, guys, you guys always know we love to cover somebody, and that's my guy Oscar De La Hoya. He dropped another Clapback Thursday. You guys want to take a look at it? You guys want to join us?
Right.
Sure, why not?
Oscar's the best. I'm sorry, this guy needs like his own TV show.
Time for the only segment in boxing that gives you the facts and makes you laugh. It's Clapback Thursdays. So it was reported last week that the TKO group is attempting to amend the Muhammad Ali Act, and the writing is on the wall. Fighters beware. The Ali Act was put into place back in 2000 to protect fighters by assuring them financial transparency, contract fairness, protecting them from other conflicts of interest, etc., etc. AKA, it protects fighters from being taken advantage of.
In the fifth, my ass goes down.
And now, of course, as TKO prepares to enter the boxing space, the first thing they want to do is change this act and leave fighters vulnerable. TKO needs this to change so they can implement the exact same unethical business tactics in boxing.
It's strictly business.
That they used to create a monopoly with the UFC.
Was all this legal?
Think about this. The UFC was sued by their own fighters for this unethical shit. They recently settled on a $375 million antitrust lawsuit.
Absolutely fucking not.
Over claims they used illegal practices to suppress fighters' wages.
You guys are getting paid?
And rival promoters. Their own fighters sued them over this. And after all that, they're coming to another sport and trying to do the exact same fucking thing.
Before we get going, what do you think about them trying to, quote unquote, get rid of the Ali Act? I mean, Jamel or Christine, whatever first.
I mean, I'm with Oscar. Like, it's there for a reason. It's there. Listen, it was created for a reason, and it doesn't. And it wasn't created to make sure that the promoter or the managers got full power. It's like I said, it's there to protect the fighter.
Yeah.
UFC. I'm looking they're basically trying to create, or he's assuming, allegedly trying to create a UFC model where, fighters were complaining about being underpaid, basically having to
Dana,
abide by rules and so forth.
Mm.
I mean, boxers have little protection as it is. I mean, we know there needs to be so much more. So to take this away, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it's a good thing.
In simplest terms,
Lord HOD say you talk too much, but
in simplest terms, Christine, the Ali Act is really like this, people. You can't be the promoter and the manager, because that's when you
and
have
we
full
still see
control.
it. But
Yeah,
yes,
but that's really the whole purpose of the Ali Act. You
yeah,
can't be the promoter. You can't be the promoter and the manager. That's why you
yeah.
see, and it's not a knock, but like, okay, when you look at fighters that are signed with Jay
Gotcha.
Prince, when you see fighters that are signed with Jay Prince, Jay Prince really he plays the manager role, but then he has this guy who plays the promoter role. You know
Yes,
what I'm saying?
which happens a lot.
Yeah, it was just because you can't be both without facing a lot. That's why you oversee, in association with um my man Tony over there. You know what I'm saying? Promotions. You know what I mean? So
But
like to keep them from violating the Ali Act. That's why
Well,
and the
you always
sad
get
thing
the
is
manager over here
too.
and then the promoter.
The sad thing is too is that these boxers, they don't even really have the funds. If something like this happened and they wanted to fight it, they don't really have the funds to hire a lawyer and held up in court, against these big promoters, because we do see semblances of this happening. But the boxers don't have the funds to do that, to fight up against these big dogs. They don't.
Uh,
and
He's
it,
there, but
it's funny. I always wondered what the Ali Act was, and it does make sense. Where like you said, he can't be the manager and the promoter. It is a conflict of interest. It just doesn't make sense. But they're coming into the sport with Turkey Allison trying to, pay these guys a certain amount and not overpay. I mean, it is what it is. But I mean, I don't know. Somebody call him pronunciation on this. And by the way, the reason he said I talk too much because I said Leanna Cruz is the next Puerto Rican star, not
yeah, I know. That's why I said he's funny.
Okay.
I like what Ernest Johnson said. He call it what it is. These guys are plan. Oh well, I mean, I like what he say. We need boxing academy that teaches fighters the business. And see, that's the thing. A lot of these guys, and not all of them, they come up from nothing, and they want to make something, and they start boxing, and they have talent, and then before they know it, they're making all this money and stuff. And who is mentoring them? That's the real problem for me. Who's mentoring them on how to read contracts, how to know what you're signing, so you don't get stuck in 5 years plus 2 more and you're trying to get out because someone else wants you and they could put you on a bigger stage. How to manage your money, how to invest. I mean,
Rachel said, she said what she just said. I've been trying to teach.
Rachel, you are amazing. Like, I know for a fact you do. I mean, anybody can call you anytime. I call you. You are my go-to.
She never answers my
Rachel,
calls.
let's do
Like,
something.
listen,
What can we do, Rachel?
that's what it is too. Like, going back to what we just said, like, y'all need to listen. I pay attention to everything. Listen to the ring introduction on Top Ring card when you see a Jay Prince fighter. Shout out to Jay Prince. But usually it says they announce the fighter with association with Antonio Leonard Promotions. That's in the same circle. That's in the same circle with Jay Prince in Houston. You know what I'm saying? That just keeps him away from being put in, violating the Ali Act. That's why you always, you can't.
Yeah,
Not a Jay Prince. It's not
there's
officially
ways
a Jay
around
Prince
it. That's for
promotion.
sure.
Yeah, but you gotta be smart. They're
It,
smart.
it, it costs about $5,000 to get a promotional license. Like, you know what I'm
And
saying?
but
Like,
then you got Tom Rank doing all the work, and then all you do is collecting the check as being the co-promoter. You're just sitting back. So everybody's eating. You got the manager side
everybody.
eating. You got everybody in that camp in that circle is eating. But yeah, even
Well,
even my man Shakur, when Shakur was with Tom Rank and Jay Prince, it was always an
Yeah.
association with Antonio Letter Promotions. That is all the same umbrella.
well,
Yep.
pretty much, Oscar's painting a picture that they want to pretty much do the same thing and underpay these boxers. That's his thing. But he gets a little deeper with that. And by the way, Rachel does not pick up my calls, so I don't know what's going on over there. But
I told her about you. But I'll call her back and tell her you're all right.
No. Okay. Hold on.
Douchebag of the year.
Always flaunting his relationship with President Donald Trump and is very clearly banking on this getting pushed through using that connection.
Feels like it's a bribe.
So to make things easy to understand, this new league TKO is planning on paying fighters whatever they want, which will likely be pennies on the dollar based on the existing UFC model. The same model that leaves their fighters in broken bodies and empty bank accounts.
Spare some change?
The latest heartbreaking example is former UFC fighter Ben Askren, who needed a double lung transplant and couldn't afford it, so he publicly had to ask for help.
None of these people like Dana or anyone stepping in.
This is exactly my point. They don't give.
That's crazy. I mean, I didn't even know that. That is absolutely insane that these guys can't even afford. They're putting their lives on the line. I mean, shit. What do you guys think about that? That's crazy. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I did see that on social media, and I thought that was very sad. And I was wondering myself, I mean, I don't follow UFC, obviously, as much as I do boxing. We do train a few UFC fighters, but I don't get into like the business and everything of it as much. But yeah, I did see that. I thought that was really, really sad.
Oscar is going in, man. Like, he does not care. He is, I mean, he's drawn the line out. At first, he did say he was willing to work with him. Now it seems like let's go after them.
They always do this shit though. We're not surprised. You know, Oscar is, man. Shout out to Oscar though. I mean, telling how it is though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it sounds like it is.
Yeah. Think about it also. What is TKO trying to create their own group, like not a promotional, like their own league, pretty much. So that's what he's basically coming at, and it's basically looking like the UFC again, when it's just their own league. You got a lot of MMA leagues, whatever, but UFC is the main, the main one, of course. And when you have that type of control, you pretty much make your own rules and how you want to pay fighters. And another thing, the Ali Act it protects the little guys, but within the ranking system as well. So when you got the Ali, when you got the UFC, they pretty much create who's ranked, and so forth under their one umbrella. That's why, and then people are accusing TKO and Dana White will pretty much doing the same thing now, which is boxing, creating a league, and then which also they create, they pretty much control the narrative of who gets paid what and who gets a shot at who.
This is like totally like, I mean, this is going with what we're talking about, but this is just something that I wish if in a perfect world, I would love for like, lawyers to come together and do pro bono stuff for these boxers. Fans of the sport, that already have their money right, and they're good. They're not hurting for nothing. But just have a group of them where anytime someone has a question or a boxer needs help, because I know y'all do too. I know Rachel does. We were just talking about this like 2 days ago. These boxers that are stuck in these situations and they can't afford legal counsel or help, and they're being bullied. I would love to see if there's any lawyers out there, like seriously, start an organization, pro bono, nonprofit. We can donate. I would love to see that, like seriously.
But see what you're saying? You're talking about now boxing, right? And we're knocking the UFC, right, for not taking care of their fighters, but boxers are broke as hell too. So is the act really working?
No, I mean they are, a lot of them, not all of them, but it's only because
the majority.
They don't have the education or the people stepping up to show them or help them. They got too many people with their hands out. And I don't know how the UFC works. I guess it's the same way. But my passion is here with the boxing.
No, absolutely. But that's what I'm saying is it doesn't seem like it's much better on the boxing tip unless you reach an elite status or something like that.
Sure,
not everybody gets.
You got to have another job. You got to have a part-time job or two. Absolutely.
I mean, it's tough. There has to be some type of a balance, but I mean, it is absolutely crazy.
We're being extra today. We're always extra. We take it a step further. I don't think we're being extra, but it's okay.
We're talking. Hold on. Let's see what else. This is my favorite segment, by the way, of the week. Let me see what else Oscar had to say. Hold on.
Give a fuck about boxing.
Don't be foolish. We both know the name of this game. And it sure as hell ain't pugilism.
Or fighters, or putting their lives on the line. They care about their bottom line and their stock price.
Greed, for lack of a better word, is good.
Scumbags will always be scumbags. And every move they make is so fucking predictable.
You're predictable.
The Ollie Act is there for a good reason. I've been a promoter, for 24 years now, and I've never wanted one change in the Ollie Act because I'm about fairness and helping fighters. The fact that this is the first move they want to make in boxing tells you everything you need to know.
Thank you.
TKO will lie and tell you it's better for everyone.
It's not a lie if you believe it.
This way and distract you by saying they were changing boxing and trying to unify it. They're doing the opposite. They're just fucking pigs with fucking lipstick. I'm telling you now, this is a warning to all fighters.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
There is zero reason to want to change the Muhammad Ali Act whatsoever. And this is a huge red flag to the entire boxing community. TKO remains TK no. And remember, folks, you're never a hater if you only speak the facts.
Can you Hall of Game? We got financial literacy now. Man, come on, y'all, stop this foolishness. How? And I'm not even trying to disrespect you, Hall of Game. I'm not. Look, how many boxers do you know? How many professional boxers do you know in the game that you have spoken to, that you have personal relationships with? Because this is going on. These things do go on. It's not talked about publicly. We all know. We all know.
I know fighters that ain't paid taxes. I know fighters that ain't paid taxes in 5 years because they know what the fuck was going on.
Exactly.
The promoter is not going to tell you to pay your taxes, yo. You need, my team. I'm grateful. Like I said, I think after I fought Lamont, tax season came around. The government came knocking at me for $119,000 just for the Ito fight, and now at that time I was focused on buying a house. So, but I had to pay my taxes. And I think about it, and I wasn't even getting paid like I was when I fought the guys like Frampton and Shakur. So imagine, imagine the tax time came around the corner, and I didn't pay taxes from that year, and then I went to go fight Shakur in Frampton, and it didn't pay taxes for that. That's why you see these fighters come back for money because they got to pay the IRS, man. But no one is teaching them. Rachel knows this. Rachel knows this. When you start getting those 6-figure, 7-figure paydays, you gotta start putting money to the side. That's not even if you pay your team. It's not just for you to just go out there and splurge. Put your money to the side. You gotta pay your taxes.
Look at this, Jamel. So Hall of Game said Christine, why fans should care about this? This is all I'm saying. After a long week of work, I just want to watch boxing. This stuff is extra. You know what? You're right. But the thing is, on the show, we cover everything because right now we have boxing people in here. We have managers. We have boxing people. We have boxers in here. And these are some of the things that concern us and affect us. Yeah. We talk boxing. We talk who's going to win, who's not going to win. But we also talk about this, too, because we do care. And you can just watch boxing and not care about what's being done behind the scenes. That's all good. We do.
But it also affects everything. And people don't understand it affects the bottom line. And Rachel says, this is boxer independent contractors, and they need to work as a business and understand the game. Absolutely. And to Jamel's point, they don't understand taxes. They get this big lump sum of money, and the first thing a lot of these guys do is
I've seen fighters back behind 5 years on taxes, and nobody cares. And they're gonna say, "Hey, you should have been managing your money." I'm telling you, that's why go get an accountant y'all can trust. Like Rachel, please tell them. Like you've seen it. Don't big pays come in. It looks good. But that's when you gotta start. You gotta start taxing everybody after a while, including your team, because you're paying your team to do a job. It may, some people look at, you gotta protect yourself as well.
No, absolutely.
I'm gonna hand you a W-2 form as well.
And you have to add that to your team too, because you're paying your team. You have to give them taxes. Tax forms as well. People don't understand.
Absolutely. You're contracted. You don't
think when Floyd's making $100 million, he wasn't giving his team a tax form?
But that's also how boxing go broke. People be like I was watching the other day. It was on the Boxing Voice. Shout out to those guys. And they were arguing about Gervonta Davis, like, oh, he's well off or whatnot or whatever, which he probably is. But at the same time, people don't understand. You could make $30 million. That's what they say you get paid. But when you come back after paying taxes, managers, sanctioning fees, That 30 probably went to 10. And people don't even realize that. And that's after taxes, paying everybody off, and then how you live your lifestyle. People look at the big number, but don't look at how people live life. At the end of the day, nobody beats.
That's why they said $1 million is not a lot of money, because how much you gotta pay in taxes off that $1 million. And then when you go into boxing, if you go into boxing, perspective, you gotta pay, usually it's supposed to 10% goes to your trainer, so that's $100,000 right there. You may have to pay another 3% to the cut man. Let's not forget also, if it's a world championship fight, you gotta pay it 3% to the sanctioning body, and depending on how many titles that's 3% to each sanctioning body. And then you may go home. Then you go home with whatever you have left, but then you still gotta get taxed on that. So
people don't realize
it's still good money, but you're not taking home that whole $1 million.
People don't understand the true undefeated champion is the IRS. They don't lose. They always win.
They're going to let you, just like Lukey said, they're going to let you go this year, that year, then boom, out of nowhere, 5, 7, 10 years later, boom, everything from the past few years, they want it right now.
Shout out to
listen, even that 5 that Hector just paid, getting taxed on it.
Boxing equipment, managers,
YouTube getting taxed on it.
No, listen, everything can be written off, but you also need a really good accountant because it gets very.
You need one you can trust. You need one you can trust too.
Well, the taxes depends if you're using LLC properly and if it's properly set up.
Get an LLC. I had to go get an LLC. I went to go get an LLC.
You're your own business. You are the business.
I would never listen, I love California, but I would never fight in California again for a bit. California alone took 19,000 from them. Like, for
no, people understand. You pay taxes according to the state you're performing in. This is crazy.
Yes.
It's not like an overall tax.
Listen, I fought Lamont Roach. I performed for one night, and in state of California was like, we need that 19,000 of you, player.
That's why a lot of times fighters.
I just got here. Like, what we doing?
Welcome to California.
That's why you never see. If think about people, how many of the big fights y'all see in California or New York anymore? Where do I go to?
Go to Vegas. Right there too.
No, even Texas or even Florida, we're starting to see more things because the taxes are less there. Crazy.
Why do you think Floyd moved to down Nevada?
Yeah,
not getting hit with state tax, yo.
I'm hurt right now. Rachel said for you to call, but she didn't.
I got you, Rachel. Yeah, it's crazy.
Rachel, I'm hurt right now, Rachel. I'm just gonna say that. But is TKO a no or a go?
You talk too much, Norbs.
Hold on. Is TKO a no or a go? Because I'm still with Dana. I didn't like the shot he took of my boy Donald Trump, by the way.
But shout out to my brother L watching the show, man. Shout out to my brother L. I'm still bothered by that. Shout out to my brother L. He's watching the show right now. But
what up, man?
I'm from the hood. 19. I don't care. 19,000 is still a lot of money. If I had to give up 19,000 for one night of work, I would go. I said, no, I'll never come back here again. It's crazy.
Rachel,
that was state.
I will.
Wow. I still want to see what because listen. They're always going to point out the negative, but I do believe in negotiation. If these fighters come together and create a union and stuff, things happen. In boxing, it's a little more helter-skelter because there's so many different promotional companies. So I do believe there has to be some type of organization, things to take care of these fighters after that. We just had, I think, was it not Benitez? In Puerto Rico, can't even pay for his own medication. With these fighters not being able to take care of themselves is absolutely crazy. And there should be things like with the NFL.
But some do it to themselves too, bro. Some do it like Christine said. Some do it to themselves. Rachel says this is why she's been trying to teach. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. A fighter, because some fighters do it to themselves. They get a check and they blow it and don't put nothing aside for rainy days or nothing.
Yeah, listen, financial advisors. I have one. You need one. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah,
that's what I feel for my man.
I got a question too that I need an answer to.
Who got a question? What was the question?
No, I'm gonna ask Rachel privately, but I'm gonna call you later too, Rachel.
Rachel, I'm gonna hit you. Nina, that's my girl. Nina always hits me. She always shows love. Hold on. What else we got going on today? Let me see. First of all, I'm gonna go with TKO. I want to see what they got to do. Christina's totally against them. Jamel is on the
I'm
fence.
not totally against them, but I'm very leery. I'm very leery because there has to be. I mean, I understand it has to be a win-win. Everybody's got to win, but everything it looks like it's more in their
What
favor.
we talking about? What's about the whole TKO?
Yeah.
The
I mean,
model,
think about it. There's a reason why they want to get rid of the Ali.
that's what I'm
It's
saying.
not.
It looks it's
It's
more
not like,
there for the
like
benefit.
I said. Like I should say, it's not there to make the help to put it in favor for the fighter though. Like, come on, man. I gotta
Another
start
money
reading
grab.
between
I
the
have to
lines.
look into more of the Aliak. I don't know it back and forward until I make a decision. But again, before we leave, TKO has signed another group of females. TKO is just cornering the market.
TKO or MVP?
I'm sorry.
Don't do that.
I'm sorry.
I'm all about
MVP.
You
MVP.
might get a stop.
MVP has signed another group of females. They're going crazy right now with the
They're
females.
going ham. I like it.
No, can I say one thing though?
Yeah,
Speaking
sure.
of that, Christine, because you know her, you're close with her. I see a tweet. I think it was yesterday. My girl, somebody gotta do better by my girl Jenny. Jenny should not be out here on Twitter basically calling for Jake Paul and MVP.
Yeah.
Honestly, she really like that. I know the team. So I'm not gonna say any names, but that's the job of a manager. A manager needs to really get out there and look out for the fighter, man. You don't need your fighter out here on social media,
That's
basically
right.
calling for an opportunity and that's undefeated and holding at least an interim title right now, a WC interim title. And it's like my girl Jenny, she fight
Olympian.
like
She's
maybe
talented.
Olympian, and the team captain at the time of that team. She's fighting maybe what has she even fought this year yet? This year?
No, I think she's
crazy.
what 2 fights, maybe 3, period, since the Olympics.
That's ridiculous.
Since 2020 Olympics.
Somebody needs to pick up somebody somebody on her team because like I said, she does enough hard work as it is in the gym and in the ring. Somebody on her team really needs to get out there, you know what I'm saying, and really, get the attention of these guys over there at MVP to get an opportunity. Because let's be real, we've seen fighters that have done less. There's no disrespect, but it's the truth.
Less.
We've seen fighters that have done less that's over there respectfully and they're thriving. But somebody get my girl Jenny just the opportunity or match up one of y'all fighters to give her a chance to to earn her position up there.
Bring her B-side and watch her work.
Yeah, watch her work.
I'm gonna have to start managing.
We're with you, Jenny. MVP.
Yeah, I gotta put that out there. So make sure we get that out there, Norm. So shout out to my girl Jenny. Get that woman the opportunity, man. Because again, she another one. She's not the youngest fish in the pond right now. Also, there's
a lot of them
that window opportunity is small in boxing. You gotta get it. If you're gonna get it, you gotta get it right now.
Well,
you see my girl Michaela. Look at Michaela. They signed by. I'm not knocking Top Rank, but I know Michaela would love to also get those opportunities as well with MVP. You know what I mean? The fight or to fight some of these girls overseas. She's calling for these fights as well. Yep. Give these women the opportunity.
Yep.
No,
make it easy for him.
Let's make it happen. Jake, call us. Jake. I didn't change my number. You can still call me. Rachel changed hers on me. I don't know what's going on. But,
it's been changed for a while.
I don't know, Rachel, I don't know what's going on. But Jamel never changed his number on me. I'll tell you that. That's my guy. But on that note, I'm gonna let y'all rock out. Christine got to get to the gym.
I do.
No, I don't know what Jamel got going on today. What do you got going on?
I'm chilling right now.
When do you start camp? How about that? When are you gonna start camp?
I'm actually going to speak with Bomac sometime later on today. Supposed to speak last night, but I know Bo's been busy back and forth. Especially when you got a big fight coming up. Because you got to do promotion, so you got to probably travel. You got to travel with the fighter, so you can't leave. You can't. If Bud got to go somewhere, more likely you got to go with his ass to keep him still. He's still in camp, so you still got to shake out and keep him in shape. But now I'm supposed to speak with Bomac.
Jamel, later on today. Don't hold it against you and I that we do a show with Norbs. That we do not agree
Bomac like
with
this. Me and Bomac are like
cool.
That's my boy. Like this.
Yeah, man. But I'm trying to start training by at least I prefer 8 weeks. Before, you know what I'm saying? So I like to do so next week. We pretty much start that 8 weeks. So I'm trying to. I told Bo I'm trying to just get things sorted out now. So
boxing, let's go.
You can just hop on the plane and shake. You know what I'm saying? Shake out.
Make sure you guys get ready. My man's gonna be in the bare knuckle in Jersey, October. I'm in the building. You know,
in the building.
I'm there. But We're gonna let you go. Shout out to my boy Bo Mac. That's like this. We're like this. Christine.
1973. He's stupid.
But we are out of here. Tune in Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, 10 a.m. I think we're gonna switch to 9 a.m. Eastern time. We're gonna have a meeting about that. But on that note, we are out of here.
Switch the intro. What do I mean? We don't need a meeting about that.
I'm gonna skip the intro.
And the outro. And, yeah, watch out. We gotta see the outro, people. The outro too.
An outro. Where's the outro? Where's the outro, Christine?
I sent you everything.
No, I only got an intro.
Oh, okay. Well, the intro, cut it in half, and we got an outro.
It was like an hour and a half.
You did complain. You got 2 videos.
You're the music man. Exactly.
I'm gonna fix it. Hey, puppy. I'm off today. I'm definitely gonna fix it. I am sorry to everybody. Thank you for everybody tuning in. Rachel, don't change your number. You can hit me up. We got Liana Cruz this week. I've got to get Kenny back on. Kenny's been talking crazy online. But yeah, we're out of here. We might go on tonight. Who knows? Let me know, guys.
Don't believe him. He don't believe him.
Shout out to my boy Bo Mac. We out of here. Peace.